Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful, juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. That's 6 kisses, okay? Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you also most deliciously. So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up with my juicy little lads. Will you work, little lads, and shine bright? Oh, no. There we are we having a party? Now then, so I'm having to hold my lats all the way through my delicious little babies. And the reason why is because until I pop out and go and get some new ones, because there's a particular shop where I go for them. So until I go and do that to my delicious little babies, okay? Well, got me OU faithfuls. See, the second I'm going to put them down, okay, my delicious little babies. There we are. We're having a party. Now, I mean, I had to, just snatch the lats from my fireplace yesterday. But what's happening is it was really heavy around my neck. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, it was like, well, either a big thick scarf or it was, felt like, like something's, like a snake, and we've got lots of those, haven't we, my delicious little babies? Now then, if you do enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe, and please feel free to comment as well. It's always welcome to my delicious little babies, okay? And just to let you know, and please and thank you, and just to let you know, our weather in our old neck of the woods in the old UK, well, a tiny bit windy, very dry and very chilly, okay? Must be the state of affairs, in the old UK, rather chilly, okay? Now then, so yeah, I'm just going to try and put them down gently. Yes, I think they're going to be all right for now, right? Now then, so I did a video yesterday, my delicious little babies, and I want to point this out to you all now. So even though it said Happy St George's Day, well, the other thing I want to point out is that there's other information on my video as well, okay? Because I would not, no disrespect, I mean, proud to be English and all, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I would not spend the whole of 50 odd minutes just talking about one thing. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So it may pay some of you beautiful and delicious little babies out there just maybe to take a listen, okay? Because there is useful pieces of information there, okay, my delicious little babies? Now then, oh, and one more thing. Thank you so much to any recent subscribers, okay? So thank you, okay? And God bless you all, okay? Welcome to my family, okay? Now then, so I just want to kick this off, actually, my delicious little babies. If you could please type into the old space bar, on YouTube, by the way, please and thank you, how Tylenols, okay? So that's spelled T for Thomas, Y for Yankee, L for Lima, E for Echo, N for November, O for Oscar, L for Lima, S for Sugar. How Tylenols dark history changed medicine forever. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So how Tylenols, just repeat once more, dark history changed medicine forever. Okay, now it's on YouTube, and if you look in the old subscribe, it should say Nolan, I'm in the mood for dancing, romancing. So Nolan Fisher, okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So there we are. So, and what this is talking about in this short video with our Nolan Fisher, not in that way, my delicious little babies, what he was talking about is that in the 1800s, that there seemed to have been a rather large number of man and woman, okay, who, you know, were passing away with having very high fevers. Do you see what I'm saying, little babies? Yes, but there's like a quick story, you know, behind that particular medicine. So I'm just going to suggest that's all I can do, isn't it, really? Do you see what I mean? Now, sometimes I give information out and sometimes I do not. But this morning, I thought, well, I'm going to give it out. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Okay. So, you know, but like I say, it's very interesting to listen to. Okay. Now then, secondly, because, you know, I have a tendency, you know, to clean out my cupboards. Yes. Okay. Right. And anyway, so I've come across this, this little cup. I mean, if you have a little look at it. I mean, look at the handle. Isn't it just beautiful? And then if you look closer, okay. Yeah, and, you know, so I'll tell you where it's from. Now, this cup, and it's quite weighty, so it's rather heavy, Madelish, look, baby. See how bright it's gone. My juicy little spirit. God bless you, darling, darlings. Now, but look, if you look, see. Well, that's actually German, because it's one of my beautiful and delicious little baby daughters. Oh, and how I love them so. Okay, it's one of their cups. Now, one of my daughters had the, you know, like the white version, the cream version, you know, with all of the pattern on, yes. And then my other daughter had the red version, okay. So they had them bought from their nana, okay. So I do believe, was it their nana or one of their uncles, okay. But anyway, but yeah, really heavy that is. And it's from the German market. So once a year, we usually, in our Brummyland, we usually have a German market, okay? And, you know, my daughters, especially my eldest daughter, more so, because they're both so beautiful and delicious. Well, they like to go to the German market, you know, have a little look round, you know, maybe purchase a couple of things and, you know, have one of those, because they tend to do like, you know, like the long, you know, German sausage and all that sort of thing. Yes, you know, they like to do that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and just have a little walk around. Do you see what I mean? With, you know, with their father, and do you know what I mean? And his side of the family. So yes, but I just thought I'd mention that, Christmas. Anyway, so what else do I want to say? So let's just have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So this morning I looked in my inbox. And anyway, there was, anyway, I'd posted a comment. In fact, I couldn't even be bothered to even look at, you know, how long ago it was. It wasn't that long ago. And it wasn't on YouTube, it was actually on another platform, okay? And, you know, normally, I've got to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, I'm just not one, and I'm just being totally honest with you now, okay? Well, I do not always, do you see what I mean, particularly look at that, okay, because I go into my inbox for something else, do you see what I mean, if it's to do with me advertising, to do with my healings and that. Yes, okay, because... excuse me, twice, because, you know, there's going to be many, God bless their beautiful dear little souls, who are going to be needing healing. Yes, okay? So it's already started. Anyway. So, and somebody had posted a comment in response to a comment that I'd sent to an uploader, you know, who happens to be super duper beautiful and delicious, okay? Anyway, I never even read, and that's the gospel truth, my delicious little babies, I never even read what I'd even put. Do you see what I'm saying? Because usually, when I put the message, this is how my noddle works, my delicious little babies. I do not go back and look at that message. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, once it's gone, oh, that doesn't mean yes, by the way. Just got an itchy ear. You know, once I've sent that message, generally, okay, I just do not go back and look at it again. You know, to me, especially on another platform, yes. I just do not, okay? So I'm just being honest there. But like, YouTube's different, so I just got to explain this just before I say what it is that I wanted to say. YouTube's different, so if you post a comment on certain platforms, you know, because I will say certain, because you have got your very, let's just say, ignorant. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They've got their own platforms, and I will say it, they've got their own platforms, but they never once, you know, send you a like, or that you know, that they like your comment. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's like they feel they're above everybody else. Do you see what I mean? But then you've got the other lovely platforms where, you know, they will, you know, either give you a heart or they give you a like. Do you see what, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Well, anyway, so that's the difference. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Well, at the top end anyway. But I do not usually leave a lot of messages on this particular platform. I do from time to time if I feel the need to. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But other than that, no. Nothing like how I would on YouTube, okay? So, anyway, there was this woman, right, and this wasn't on YouTube, by the way, my delicious little babies, yes? And what was the message? Run, and whoever's name it was, yes, which I do know. Oh, creepy, run, and laugh out loud, LOL. Do you see what I mean? Now, I would have had to have clicked it, you know, on the blue section, you know, to go in to see, you know, the message that I'd put, and then your flipping woman there sending me you know, that's the response. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, I'm going to say it now, my delicious little babies. Now, I never just, and it was only for about, I'll probably say about 40 seconds, right? I took a look, and I thought, and by the way, my delicious little babies, this isn't swearing. I thought, you cheeky bloody little bitch, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? You know, when I've sent messages, sorry, to others, or I give information out on my own videos, yes, to help others out there. Do you see what I mean? Because I am a medium clairvoyant, tarot reader, and also a qualified angelic healer. I thought, you cheeky bitch, yeah. And the flipping last part of her name was Joe's, J for Jack, O for Oscar, S for Sugar, and E for Echo. And just for about 40 seconds, my delicious little babies, I thought, if I could have got your woman there, had a damn well cheek to put that, cheeky bitch. Do you know what I mean? You know something, my delicious, beautiful little babies? Things like that, you know, I do not like. You see, your woman there knows nothing about me. She knows nothing about me. And let me tell you, she would never come into my flipping category. Do you know what I mean? She's below me. And I do not like to call anyone who's below anybody. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but let me tell you, that woman wouldn't have half the flipping brains that I've got. See, nothing across my shoulders, that means no. But your cheeky bitch there decides to send that, and I thought, you know what, I was in two minds because I was just about to jump in my beautiful and juicy little shower. And I thought, shall I click on the blue? And I thought, and shall I just flipping say something? But I thought, you know what? I thought, because if I did, do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, but that really peed me off. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you something. I wish that she was to come on the YouTube. Now, I know that some of you delicious little babies out here just think, oh, she's like a little flipping Rottweiler. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But no. I'd love her to flipping come on there, let me tell you, bang, bang, bang with the flipping, let me tell you something. Be even flipping better to see her to a flipping birth race. See if she's talking then. But I did not like that at all, and I thought, you know, I'm not even going to go any further. I'm just going to leave it. Because I know me, you know, things like this wind me up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so I get flipping wound up. But flipping, do not put silliness like that when you know nothing about me. So yeah, so I was flipping peed off about that mad delicious little babies. Anyway, so doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Because, you know, I mean, it's even like, you know, when I on this same platform, by the way, my delicious little babies, and something, anyway, so I've been sending this message, a recent one, and I just got the song in my old noddle in my head. You know that song, we're talking about money, money, right? Simply Red. Okay, this very old flipping band, yes, but they did do some really good tunes, yes. God bless them. Anyway, but that song came into me noddle as I was tapping, and I just said, oh yeah, that's right. But it's the wording. You see, what happened was, because I got the song, okay, looked at the words and thought, she said to me, and I was tapping, see what I'm saying? Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. But there's certain songs that are all of a sudden out of nowhere. I haven't even listened to Simply Red for flipping donkey's years. No, I haven't. But all of a sudden that song, but you have to look at the lyrics to the song. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? I know what I'm talking about because my brain, okay, the way it works and the way my beautiful and delicious little spirit guards, and how I love them also, how they gel with me is that I work a lot through music. Do you see what I mean? So that's when I receive the songs. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but anyway, I've no idea what the last message was all about. Because like I said, I just, it's not that we having a party. It's not that I do not feel that I put anything wrong myself. Well, not that I would have known of. Anyway. But for your silly bitch of a woman there, and I'll say it once more, to flipping, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore, because you know something, because get me well, flipping mad. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyway, change the subject. So I was looking at this a video that a doctor had uploaded yesterday evening. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes he will, this particular doctor, sometimes he will put out, you know, it can be useful information, yes? But then at other times, like there was a video that he put out yesterday evening. Now, I am not usually mad delicious little babies, one to give a negative comment. Okay? No, I don't feel like I am. The camera just needs. Sorry about that, mad delicious little babies. I'm not usually one for that. See, it's slipping again. But what happened is that this particular video that he put out, right? So in one hand he puts out one video and shows something, yes? And you think, okay, yes, you're rocking and rolling with that, yes? But then your man then puts out another video. And now this doctor, right, on YouTube, happens to have a large following. You know, bit like, what's his name? Russell Brand. See what I mean? Okay? And anyway, so all I put in the comments, I mean, obviously I'm not going to, you know, to stop my video to you all, my delicious little babies, just to have a look and just to write down what I put. You said to me, and anyway, what I put, sorry, was flipping enough. Because, you know, and then there's all this, like, left-hand business, do you know what I mean? Which usually, you know, well, it happens with all the news type of things. Yes, it's like that for no, left for no, yes for rat. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And I'm thinking, well, you know, but it's like he's got his, I mean, God bless them, but it's like they clutch at straws. It's like they're grabbing onto everything, holding on to every single word that this one doctor's saying. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I've advertised him, I think a good couple of months ago, because I wanted others just to go and have a look at a particular video. Do you see what I'm saying? But I never liked this, the way he'd done that, you know, and he was showing another video, okay? But I just never liked the way he did it. And I put it in a message. And I put it good and proper as well. And it's not like me to do that. But to me, it's like, do not use your status or your name to do this crocker shite. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Okay? And anyway, as you all very well know, I'm not a flipping lover of doctors or nurses, and everybody knows that. Do you see what I mean? But I was not a liking, never liked that at all. And no, I do not feel bad at all about leaving that comment. No, I do not. I'm sure it would have probably got deleted. I mean, I never swore or anything in it. Do you know what I mean? I was just pointing something out. You know, and really, for his loyal followers, right, to just hang on to every single word. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, well, really, he should not be confusing them. So we get back to this again, don't we? Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. It's almost as if, like, they treat certain, like, gurus. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But with me, no. I will never ever treat somebody as if they're a guru. Never. Because for me, personally, I do not trust gurus. No. And there's another guru, isn't there? While we're on the subject. What's his flipping name now? Sadhguru. That's the one, your man there. Sadhguru. And anyway, I seen footage of him on another platform, not on that one. It was on BitChute, I'm pretty sure it was, yes. And I seen footage on him. And he's supposed to be, oh, such a kind guru. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But he's another one, because you see what it is, and we go through this again. So it's not like, oh, I've just woke up this morning and just thought, right, I'm going to put this one down, put down the other, put down. No, I'm doing it for good reason, okay? And by the way, the doctor who I'm talking about is Dr. John Campbell. So if I'm mentioning the others, well, I may as well mention him as well, yes? Just for those of you out there, my little babies, sorry. I'm not saying to you that some of the information that he will give is not useful. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, it's to do with a particular video that he was showing on his screen. You know, like he was in the corner in another little box. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I was just not liking it. It's the way it came across. And it's the way he came across. And by the way, Dr. John Campbell, my delicious babies, is quick to go on what that flipping shitey flipping GB News. Another flipping crocker shite. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, at the end of the day, and that's what they do. And I mentioned them once before, months ago. Now what they do, they get one to say one thing and one to say something else. And they were flipping doctors as well. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies out there, yes? So with him, well, He's gone on GB News. Oh yeah, that was it. I've just got Cheshire Cat. That's part in that little message that I put yesterday evening. I said, yes, I said, you go on to GB News. I said, and you know, like you're smiling like a flipping Cheshire Cat. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But he was one of the doctors, okay, because you've got some flipping damn good doctors out there, very few and far between, but you have, who is speaking the truth from the flipping beginning of this whole flipping pandemic and all this shite, yes? But then you had him as being one of them. Now, I never followed him from the start or anything. Do you see what I'm saying? I just happened to stumble across him at some point. My point is that I do believe, it's not what I believe, it's what I know, that he was telling others out there to go and get the old flipping jibby jab. And I'm not so sure, actually, whether he really has had that flipping jibby jab. I'm not so sure, you know. You know, like what he's telling his audience who listen to him. I'm not so sure. I mean, I could be wrong. Nobody's right all the time, but I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, but when you do all this now, and then you hear all of this that's coming out, yes. Imagine how many listened at that time, my delicious little babies, because you had so many more going onto the alternative media. Yes. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. So, you know, it's not that I'm being nasty. And anyway, I'm not going to even, there's no way on this earth that I'm justifying what I'm saying. I do not need to justify it one bit. I'm just done saying it the way it is. It's like you have to look at Russell Brand, and then I'll go back to Sadhguru in a minute. But Russell Brand, I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, what did he do or something? Was it acting or something? Anyway, I've got to be honest with you, he's never been my cup of tea either. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, some, you know, they seem to be addicted to your man there. Not me, not I. Do you see what I'm saying? And he sort of acts like a guru, yes. Thank you to all of my 6 million followers. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Well, what's behind it all? And also, why does he get to say certain things that other platforms cannot say? Do you see what I'm saying? When other YouTubers, God bless them, who do like to tell the truth, right? Well, then they'll have a video removed. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So what is all of this about? Not a trusting. Do you see? Okay. I mean, even Russell Brand went on to who was it with? What's his bloody name now? That baldy head flipping man, Joe Rogan. And of course, I've never, there's certain, in fact, there's rather a lot actually, if the truth be known, mad delicious babies, yes. There's certain, in fact, a lot, like I said, that I do, I just simply, I know it sounds bad, you know, but I just do not like them. No. Okay? Just something about them. But Russell Brand went on to talk to Joe Rogan, right? Yes, I've seen the video on this. Yes, I have. Right? And what was he saying? Something about my lovely and wonderful David Icke. No, not in that way, my delicious babies, yes. But saying something about my lovely David Icke. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? I mean, who is he? Russell Brand? To talk like that? Has he done all the years of research? No. Do you see what I'm saying, you mad delicious babies? And yes, I am flipping on one. See, what I do is I call it out. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying? But don't put our flipping lovely flipping David Icke down when your man there doesn't do any research. But then, you know, like I say, he's got 6 million on YouTube, which I've got no issue if someone's got a lot or if they've got medium or they've got a little. This is not what this is about, my delicious little babies. There's a point to what I'm saying here. There's always method with me. Yes, one has to question why certain, there we go, can say things and certain cannot. Do you see? Okay, but I was not liking Russell Brand saying that about our lovely David Icke. No, he's a cheeky git. He needs to jump back in his flipping little blooming. He's like a little jack in a box, isn't he? You flipping wind up and flipping out he pops. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyway, and of course, you know, when he's behaving like that, do you know what I mean? And not being nasty. I mean, we've all gone through it some time in our lives, you know, where, do you know what I mean? You've either overindulged in one thing or another. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, but you see your man there, he's not flipping whiter than white. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So, no. As regards to him, you know, he's like no guru to me. Like I said, I don't trust the gurus. And let's get back to that one who I've just said, Sadhguru. Here's another one who's bought. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyone can, and this is not being disrespectful to any other culture. Anyway, I do not need to go into it because anybody who knows me knows who I am. So I do not need to go any further with this. Anyone can stick like a flipping a headdress around your flipping head, and anyone can stick a flipping clerk on. Do you see what I'm saying, you mad little babies? Oh yeah, because we see a lot of flipping cloaks, don't we, with our flipping poxy flipping churches in our old UK and in other parts of the world. Don't we? The ones in cloaks, the dirty, filthy scum that they are. And half of them are flipping paedophiles and working for the flipping putrid and the flipping lackeys. Oh, yes. So when I watched that Sadhguru there, it's only a very short, and I thought, you flipping piece of shite. That's what I thought of him. You just need to listen to it. But when someone's been, like I said, ka-ching, bought, this is what we've got. So there is no honesty. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and then you had, what's his name? Dr. John Campbell, right? And like I say, anyone can stick a flipping DR in front, you know what I mean? Doctor. Yes, okay? I mean, there's been many over the years and decades. They've called themselves doctors and they've got this, that and the other, haven't they? Just by having that title, doctor. But of course, with Dr. John Campbell, well, I mean, he seems to love his newfound fame, it seems. You said to me, if you could have seen him on that flipping GB News months back, so it's only going to be about a few months back, if you could have seen him, grinning just like a flipping Cheshire cat. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, what is it about? This is all I want to know. What is it about certain man and woman out there? It's like they have to be noticed. They have to be, look at me, look at me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's crackers, bonkers and crazy. But no, I was not liking that latest video. You know, you cannot put one out with like Andrew Bridging, yes, you know, where he hardly had nothing, nobody, yes. And then put out another video to do with this other video, where that one had plenty to say, which of course is going against us as man and woman. You'd have to listen to it. I know, with these videos, I read in between the lines. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and the latest one that Dr. John Campbell, what he was showing on his screen, like I said, yes, and he was in the corner in his little box, yes. Well, the fact of the matter is this, but then when he showed, you know, I mean, some of us may be able to say, okay, well, he's showing one where Andrew Bridget, do you know what I mean? No! I don't believe it, do not believe it. The way I see it is, you know, could it be that Dr. John Campbell is also being worked from behind? Do you know what I'm saying? She might delicious little babies, yes? Same as Russell Brand, same as Sadhguru. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And we can talk about thousands upon thousands of others. Do you know what I mean? But it's like they have to feel important. Do you see what I'm saying to you, how delicious the babies? It's like, there's just certain, like, say you could get somebody who's probably been on television once and then you'll never see them again. Okay, so they've been on the box in the corner of the room, then you'd never see them again. But you got others where it's like they feed off it. Do you know what I mean? The viewers, just to like them, you know, just to acknowledge and just to make them feel important. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. I actually think it's rather sad myself. Anyway, finally, so that's what I've had to say. So yeah, so if anybody feels, oh, are we having a party? So if anybody feels that, you know, I've been putting others down, yes, I'm flipping down my laugh. And do I take it back? No, I do not. Because these ones who I've been talking about, it's like they seem to say what they say. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But you are going to get your loyal followers. I mean, anybody can follow anybody, but, you know, to me, you know, do not put out one thing and then another thing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that's all that I'm saying. Yes, yes. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, finally. So after I did my videos, because my lights keep going on and off, are we having a party? I went to go and take my beautiful and delicious dear little Ruby Tuesday, you know, for a walk. So I walked up my path. And like the beautiful little Ruby, she's like, you know, she's bark. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Well, everybody on the road knows anyway. They just take the notice. She just gets overexcited. Do you see to me? So we get all the barking in the hallway. Then when we get, you know, outside all the way up the path, and then she'll probably just bark just to, you know, just when we get off our path, and then, you know, after that then she's quite happy just, you know, having a sniff in the grass and everything like this, yes? Anyway, so there's this dear elderly gentleman, God bless him, who was just across the road, okay? And he had like a little blue and red and white, you know, like a little pom-pom hat, okay? And, you know, he's elderly, God bless him. So he said, because he could hear like little Rube's barking, yes, my delicious baby. Well, my little Maisie, she's my delicious baby too. And he said, he says, you know who you need. You know, like he was like one of these really sweet elderly gentlemen, and he had his hands behind his back, you know. And for some of you beautiful and, you know, delicious little babes out there, you will know some of the elderly dear gentlemen who are like that, where they put their hands behind their back and, you know, as if to say, how do you do? Do you see what I mean? Or good morning, you know, like ever so lovely he was. Not in that way, my delicious little babies. He's really elderly gentleman. Now, he says, you know who you need, don't you? He said to me. I said, who's that then? He said, and I said, good evening. And he said, good evening back. He said, Paul O'Grady, you know, for the love of dogs. You know, oh, God bless him, dear Paul. Yes, he's had his funeral just recently, hasn't he? God bless him. Lovely gentleman, dear Paul O'Grady. May he rest in peace. God bless you, dear Paul. Jesus, I'm saying to you. Anyway, so he will be very sadly missed. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Lovely gentleman, anyway. So let's continue talking. So anyway, so I said, oh, yes, I said it was really awful news, you know, about Paul, you know, like I was having a conversation anyway. So this dear elderly gentleman, he turned around and said, he says, you know, he said, sometimes, he said, I come and have a walk up here on this road. Now, he said, because this is where I used to live, like 30 years ago, okay? So, and then he pointed to the flat where he used to live, which happens to be smack bang opposite me, my delicious babies, because the dear gentleman, God bless, who has bought that flat opposite me, yes, he lost his beautiful dear wife. You know, I have said on earlier, there we go, God bless, dear spirit, you know, he lost his beautiful dear little wife. You know, she was only very young, okay? And that's who lives in that flat. He lives in the flat, sorry. Okay, God bless him, okay? And his beautiful little pussycat, yes? Anyway, So it was just really amazing what this dear elderly gentleman said. So then I said, well, would you like to, to walk? So I was walking in the same direction as he until we got to a certain point, and then he went left and I went right. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, anyway? It's quite a walk. Anyway, so I said, well, are you in your car? He said, no. He said, I've walked from, I said, where have you walked from, please? He told me the road. It was only the flipping road that I used to live on, Martin Stuck Babies, before I moved here. Yes, and I lived there for 8 years. I've been here for over 7. Do you see what I'm saying to Martin Stuck Babies? Yes. I thought, wow. But then I asked him, I said, I hope you don't mind me asking this. I said, I'll just shake your hand. You see what I mean? I said, and lovely to meet you. And I said, so what's your name? And anyway, I've said on a previous video months ago what my dad, my father's name is, my dad's name. And he said, Chris. And I said, oh, because in Christopher. He said, yes. I said, my dad's name's Chris. Can you see what I'm saying, you mad little babies? Yes? Now, what's even more strange about all of this, mad little babies, see, when I lived in the one road and when I lived in the other, where I live now, sorry, yes? Well, it's like associated with Christmas. Mad delicious little babies. Well, God bless for those who celebrate Christmas, okay? I have my own reasons why I do not. Anyway, as others will know, my delicious, beautiful little babies, my little subscribers already know, okay? See how bright it's gone. Anyway, so we're continuing to walk down the road, and then he was explaining, because he explained who lived below the other dear gentleman, who had his beautiful dear little wife and his little pussycat, yes? And then he's explaining the other one who lived down below, okay, but that's why this dear gentleman, Chris, moved out, because he thought, because while he was living below him, was, always playing music and everything. So he thought, well, what I'll do, he'll sell the flat and then move somewhere else, and that's where he moved to, where he told me, which is my old road, okay? But then, as we're walking down, he was then saying, oh yes, there used to be a butcher's down, do you see it? And it was just lovely to, to talk to him, okay? Because you imagine like that I am 50 this year, yes? And the dear gentleman there, well, he's 30 years older than me, but he walks to here and back. Well, from here to my old road in a car is about 3 miles. So you imagine he's walked 3 miles here, because he said I just like the road. He said, do you like the road? I said, yes. I said it's lovely and quiet. Do you see to me, which it is? And he said it's a lovely road. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And he did say, he said he would never have moved out of it, if only for the fact that the neighbour, below. But anyway, that one, obviously he must have moved out a long time ago. But anyway, I never met him. It must be years and years before I'd ever arrived here, landed here. Well then, yes, so he was talking about the butchers. Are we having a party? He was talking, there was the butchers, and there was this. And what happened was, before he said butchers, he said there was, what's it called? Luigi. Anyway, and I said, that's an Italian name. What did he say? Was it Luigi? Or it was something like that. Now, I said, well, that's an Italian name. He said, yes. It was just really, really, I don't know, it was like a really, it's hard for me to explain how, all to do this conversation, if you know what I'm saying. So he carried on walking. He said, oh, yes, he said, and that used to be a pub there. He said, but now it's an old, he calls it, God bless him, an old people's home. Just let me have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So, you know, he used to, you know, so he said, oh, he says, you know, he says, it used to be the pub. I says, yes. I said, but that's been knocked down. I thought it was about 4 years. I think it's got to be about 5 years ago now, since that pub was all knocked down, yes. But then he said, and I do not like this word, but he said, dear elderly gentleman, Chris, he says, yes, he said, but you've got an old people's home here now. So to me, yes. Anyway, so I said, yes. I said, there seems to be a lot of those, doesn't there, Chris? Do you see what I'm saying, you mad little babies? He said, yes. Because, of course, you know, he lives in his own home. Do you see what I'm saying, you my little babies? He doesn't live in an elderly, God love him, elderly person's home. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyway, then finally, I said, well, what do you think about? I said, well, everything what's going on, you know, and everything. Sorry, excuse me. And he said, and then we got on to the point about, you know, the war. And then he said, well, he said, well, I feel, he said that World War III is coming. I said, oh no. I said, I believe World War III is already here, dear Chris. Do you see what I'm saying? I said, with the old, you know, jibby jabs. Do you see what I'm saying, you mighty little babies? Yes. I said, because it's a war on us. It's a war on us, globally. Okay? So then he said, if we're talking about things from a different angle, he mentioned North Korea. And he said because that one there, I mean, it was so amusing the way he said it, you know, it's really hard to, you know, I mean, pretty fit, God love him, you know, for his age and everything. You see what I mean? God bless him. And he was walking back home. Anyway, and he turned around and he said, because that one, he said, in North Korea, yes, and he went like this. He said, he's just not the full shilling, is he? Do you see what I mean? And what he was on about as well, that dear Chris, was he says something to do with something missiles. That's what he said. But that was just his thoughts. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. But he said, oh no. He said that one there, no. Like, you cannot trust. Do you see what I'm saying, in North Korea? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So, and then that was that. And then just before I leave my video. So anyway, so at the, you know, where we'd walked to, and he went left and I went right, yes? Well, on another road, there's these young, you know, there's a young lad, okay, and sometimes you see him and, you know, so living in one of the houses, yes? And, you know, he's an Asian lad, okay? Now, I know him, okay, which I do, you know. And anyway, the point of the matter is, Jesus, I'm saying, he's never ever, and this is the gospel truth, my delicious little babies, hand on heart, I'm speaking the truth, yes? Because I would only ever see him if I'm out walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, Jesus, I mean, yes? But sometimes it could be with, you know, maybe a mate or two. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because I should imagine he goes to college and, or he could still be at school. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, but he's never ever cheeky to me. Never. Do you see? And that's his hand on heart. Never ever cheeky. Simply because he knows I'm a grown woman and I will tell him all about himself and put him in his little place. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so he knows. But always pleasant, okay? And he's got his mates, they're always pleasant as well. Always say hello to me. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, anyway. So, carried on walking, thought of, you know, oh, well, popped to the shops as well. Do you see what I mean? Wasn't far from the park. Come out. And, what have you got? 3 police vans. Now, the police vans were there, parked up when I was walking to the shop, right? And I thought, well, what's going on here? Now, those lads, they will have a walk around at the weekend, do you see what I mean, in the afternoon? Or if they go to the park, you know, the lakes. or wherever they go, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But I've never known them to do any harm. That's just me, my little babies. I've never known them to do any harm, ever. You know, sometimes they'll be on their backs, but they never cause any problems at all. So, and even, you know, like I say, I may not see them very well, but my point is, I've got nothing across my shoulder. That means no, they're just not troublemakers. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, come out of flipping shop walking up, aren't I? And what did I, you know, before I went to the park, what did I see? 3 flipping large old bill vans, you know, those vans, yes. 2 plain cars, I think they could have been BMWs, okay. And, well, it took all of them. They had one van, the old bill did, yes. They had another one actually on somebody's drive, you know. There was, you know, sort of doing this to them. Do you see what I'm saying? Then they had another one. I thought, well, so why does it take 3 police vans, 3 old bill vans, 2 plain clothed with the old cars, the BMWs. So why does it take all of them for 3 lads? I just do not get it. But I was looking and I thought, well, I won't stop too long, but you know me, I like to have a bit of a nose. Just sit to me, just find out what's going on. But I can understand, which I can, you know, my delicious little babies. It's all right, I'm doogling. We used to call it doogling. Dad used to call it doogling. Anyway, but years ago, well, you can understand how others would feel. And I've seen videos on this, my delicious little babies, where, you know, somebody could just be walking down the road. And this is true, actually. I seen it with my own eyes yesterday. Well, what was it? Because, you know, because the one, like I said, who I will always say hello to, and he'll always say hello to me, he usually has a tiny little bag, like a tiny little satchel like this, yes, and he just has it. Do you suits me? And probably just to have his house key or whatever else he has, because he has tracksuit bottoms which don't really have particularly good pockets, right? But the fact is, and he doesn't smirk or doesn't do anything like that. It's only about, I'd say probably, I don't know, 15, 16 or something like that. He's only young. But my point is, you know, and I'm going to say this now, was it just a case where the old bill, they thought, oh, well, you know, we've got to flipping nick somebody, or we've got to do something. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because I cannot see it was somebody who was complaining about them, because around here, for most will know, do you see what I'm saying? Even down by the shops, so even whoever lives in the houses would know. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So to me, that never made sense. So I would have said, could that have been racial? That's all I'm saying. And I've seen other videos, you know, where somebody, the old bill's just stopped somebody. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And it's not like me to normally say something, but the fact of the matter is that just seemed, there we go, very odd to me to do something like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But I've seen other videos on this over the years, yes? You know, they just stop somebody and it just seems to be the colour of the skin. Do you see what I'm saying? Anybody could wear a tracksuit, or anyone can wear, do you see what I'm saying to you? It doesn't mean to say that they're on the teeth or tea leaving, or, you know, which means thieving. It's just a figure of speech. Do you see what I mean? Or that they're going to attack somebody. No, it's just simply because if that's the way they want to dress, that's the way they want to dress. But they shouldn't be stopped in the street just because, and to me, there we are, that's how that looked. Because every officer was white. That's, you know, and I could see from where I could see from. So, you know, so all I'm saying to you is, you know, I mean, I do not know what happened. I mean, I may find out actually if I see the young lads, do you know what I mean? And just ask them, do you know what I mean? But they'll more than likely say that they've done nothing wrong. But you see, all of a sudden, you got the old bill van. So that's what I'm saying. They're not, and I've said it on other videos, you know, why aren't they doing their jobs properly, the old bill? And go after these ones who are causing the problems. Oh, and one last thing. Sorry, my video's gone on again. Anyway, I'm not going to apologise, so I'll have to take that back again because it's just me saying one more thing. When I was in the shop, this dear elderly gentleman, it's just reminded me because I've just seen him drive past, yes, with his, I think his dear wife and his little great-grandbairn, I think. Their great-grandbairn. Anyway, and he lives just up the road here. Well, I said to him at the start of this old, you know, the old jibby jabs. And I said, please, I beg you with the Lord of mercy, because I will not say his name, you know, as you know. I said, please do not take it. And I did another video actually months ago, and I said, you know, to do this, God bless him, this dear same gentleman, yes? And, well, anyway, so when I was in the shop, right, I mean, he seen me. He said, he said, hello, and he put his arm around, he's very elderly, okay, he put his arm around me, do you see what I mean? He said, how are you, you know, and of course, you know, the shopkeeper knows him and knows me and everything, yes? And, but there was something different about, I said, how's yourself and your dear wife, your dear, you know, little family, I says, I hope you're all well. But it was really nice, you know, and he just put his arm around me and give me a kiss on my cheek. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You've got to love him, yes? And anyway, but something different about him. Like his eyes looked glazed and things. I don't know, he just didn't look the way he would normally look. And like, it's not like drinking it, no, nothing like that. You know, and he had his car. He's an elderly gentleman, he likes to go to the shop. Maybe, I don't know, pick up a newspaper or something or milk or what. Did you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But there was something different. I said to the shopkeeper, I said, there's something wrong. It doesn't look the same. And the shopkeeper said, no. He said, he's all right. Do you see to me? And I said, no. I said, there's something else. It's making me wonder, and God bless him. I mean, when I get a moment, I'm going to ask him, you know. And he'll probably tell me the truth. God bless him. He probably will, you know. But I would probably say he's had, because he'd already told me he'd already had one at the time. So, but there's something different, and it's really hard to explain, my delicious little babies, but I know what I'm saying, okay? But totally harmless, a wonderful, dear elderly gentleman, you know, and his little family as well, his grandbairns, great-grandbairns, and his dear wife. They're just really lovely, do you know what I mean? Yes, very, do you see what I'm saying to you? I'll have to find out more here. Anyway, so that's the end of the video, so I can only hope and pray, dear God, that he doesn't, you know, that which we know, like I said, he's had the ones, he's probably had others, yes? There we are. So I'm going to have to say, do you know what I mean? And see if we can stop him from taking any more. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Because we all know it's slipping poisonous liquid, don't we? Anyway, so that's the video. So yes, so I have had to go in places. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but please, if you could take a look, my delicious babies, at you know, the video from yesterday, because there's other information in it. It's, you know, I only said a small part about St George's Day. Do you see what I mean? There was other things I was saying, yes. Now, oh, sorry, see, because I should write these. One more thing. I heard on a video this morning, okay, there has been there's actually two videos, where there's been some where they left the, what is it, you know, this you know, they left it on, you know, to see whether it had come through to their dog and burn, you know, yesterday, what the putrid government had planned, yes. Well, they said that they had the dog and burn ready, and that when 3 p.m. came, nothing happened. My delicious little babies. So it'd be interesting. I want to see if I can talk to anybody. I've got to go out shortly. So I want to see if with my little Ruby. So I want to go and find out whether there's anybody, if they left theirs on, to see if it went. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But as I said to you, you know, I did this days ago. You say. And I just switched off all of my emergency alerts and everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So, you know, there was no noise at all from my dog and burn. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But I'd have to find out whether others got it. Yes. But that's strange, isn't it? If you think that's, do you see what I'm saying? If they had their dog and burn ready, and then nothing happened. So if they've got an up-to-date dog and burn, well, surely to goodness, as long as all in, you know, everything was on, the alerts, everything was on, you know what I mean? You know, for them to receive. Do you see what I mean? And then why didn't it work? Do you see what I'm saying to you? We need to find out more. Well, I need to find out more. So I'm just going to see if I can collar somebody. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Delicious babes, and see whether theirs went off yesterday. Just have to find out. Anyway, I don't fall for that shot, as you all very well know. Right, so my video's gone well over. Anything that I said at the beginning or the middle, I just do not take anything back. I'm done saying it. There we are. I'm not taking nothing back at all. So if anybody thinks I'm bad, carry on thinking I'm bad. Okay, my delicious babies, that's quite all right with me, okay? I always do my best to get along with whoever I can. However, if I think somebody is not quite right, well then that's it. I'm done telling it, and you have to bang it to rights. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Just say it's the way it is. And if others do not like, well, they do not like. That is not my issue. Anyway, thank you so very much for even taking the time to even listen to my video, okay? Please continue to lift the vibration and continue to lift the frequency, my delicious babies, yes? Please take care of others, and also please take care of yourself, okay? And please continue to feel the love, okay? And please give a tap on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, some friends, or some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're wonderful, juicy, and delicious, and that you love them so, okay? So until my next video, much love, God bless, wishing you all the most beautiful morning, evening or afternoon, and please continue to have a super duper time wherever you are in the world. How I love you say. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.